Healing doesn't always look the way we expect it to look. Healing can look like leaving a toxic marriage. Healing can look like going to bed early. Healing could look like saying no to that second cup of coffee. Healing could look like saying no thank you to that family Thanksgiving dinner that always leaves you feeling anxiety-ridden and stressed out. Healing can look like arriving for a friend who's going through cancer treatments. Healing does require awareness. Healing does require presence, unless it's one of those miracle, spontaneous healings, which is rare and true. Healing can feel awkward. Healing can feel wonderful. Healing can feel many, many ways. On the other side of it, we feel more whole, more possible, more expanded, more true, more authentic, more real, more ourselves, more like ourselves. Big S, not the little one, not the little person S, not the little person Laurel, the ego Laurel, the personhood Laurel, the traumatized, wounded Laurel, the misbehaving, love sugar a lot Laurel. I mean the big self. The one who watches all of this playing out, the one who watches this character, Laurel, and is always ringing the tone. Yes, come here, my love. Yes, come here, my love. Yes, come closer, my love. Yes, you're safe here, my love. Yes, feel your way here, my love, to my heart, my love. The big S, the big self. We all have one. And we know we're in alignment when we feel in flow, when we feel comfortable and alive. That's how we know. And if you feel anxious or tight or troubled, stressed out, sleepless, restless, you may be out of alignment with your better self. Your big self, your high self. It does help to identify for a while. Eventually, we get to transcend all the labels, but they're super helpful along the way. And some of you may know that I quit my day job. I didn't mean to, the little self says, as the big self laughs. I sent an email to my supervisor and I said, listen, some of you don't know, I've been working for the county for the last year or so in this COVID crisis. It's been good and remote and allowed me a lot of time for healing, a lot of other things, while still being of service. And I said to her, listen, I can't be on this school's team anymore because it's out of integrity with what I believe to be true. I don't believe children should be vaccinated, and I certainly don't believe really anyone under 30 and healthy should be vaccinated. And regardless of your opinion about vaccinations, to which we're all entitled, and to which there is science on both sides of this coin, on both sides of this issue there is science. Whatever that means, science in and of itself, without humility is like caregiving without compassion. It can happen, but I'd be watchful about that. Science without humility. I said I can't promote that, and I don't think I should be on a team, on a school's team that is pushing vaccines. And in this email, I said I don't understand why the public health care message has only to do with vaccine, and we're not talking about vitamins, we're not talking about well-being, we're not talking about regulating our stress hormones or being outside with the sun, we're not talking about exercise, we're not talking about regulating our sugar in our diet. And I'm confused by that as a healthcare practitioner and a provider, why the public health message is only about getting vaccinated and only about encouraging youngsters to be vaccinated. To which she didn't really have a good response. We got on the phone, and in the middle of the conversation I said, do I need to be looking for a new job? And it became clear that I did, and I do, and I have, and I will, and I am. But I'm bringing it up because a couple of reasons. Often we find ourselves in a place, in a relationship, at a living situation that feels okay to begin with, and then starts to feel really uncomfortable. Starts to feel like not that great. Starts to feel not enlivening. Starts to feel like not healthy. And many people stay in relationships, many people stay in living situations, many people stay in jobs that they continue to compromise themselves in for lots of reasons. I have. There's no judgment. There's no judgment coming from me about staying anywhere for too long, whatever the fuck that means. Who decides if it's too long? We stay until we go. And in my situation, there's been a shit ton of healing that has given me the courage and the bravery to express my opinion. Hey, boss lady, this doesn't feel right. What about this? And she's saying, no, this is the message we're going to be giving. And I say, well, okay, if that's the message, I can't get behind it because I'm lining up inside. And I know so many of you are lining up inside. You're lining up inside. And it's not easy work, and I love you for it. And keep going, please. Ask for help in the lining up. Ask for help in the letting go. Ask for help in the strategizing your leaving, creating something new, healing, all that which it's time to heal. It's surfacing, it's bubbling up, it's arising. It looks different for each of us because we're different and we're programmed differently. We've had different experiences. We hold things differently in our heads and certainly in our hearts and for sure in our bodies. Trauma, we don't all hold in the same way. Trauma, we don't all process in the same way. But freedom is here. Freedom is calling you, asking you to stand up and step forward and to heal that which is ready. My supervisor, she also asked me to lie about why I was leaving, which I found very interesting. And my immediate response was, sure, anything I can certainly say that and not say that. Because of my program, because of this fucking good girl program, because I don't want to create conflict, because I'm a recovering codependent and people pleaser. This was my initial response was, yes, let's make it as comfortable as possible for everybody involved. Except what? What are you asking me to do? It took me a day to figure out what I had done. This very subtle betrayal of myself. And the betrayals still happen, my God. You all know it. They're big, they're small. They're the, drinking, not drinking, smoking, not smoking, eating dessert, not eating dessert, going back for that sex, not going back for that sex, whatever it is, there's a lot of compassion for how we betray ourselves, is what I'm saying. How I betray myself. I got a compassionate one. She's pretty strong. And you have one too. When they're strong, their volume just might not be turned up so much. So, planting seeds for turning up the compassion. But I thought, wow, she's asking me not to mention to the people that are still going to be doing this work that I'm leaving because I don't want to be saying what they're saying. And I thought that whole thing just seems really odd to me. Really odd. Are you aware of what you're asking me to do? Does it even register that that might not be appropriate? Don't rock the boat as you exit. It did solidify my exit date, which is happening pretty soon. 6 more working days, whatever that means. I'm overjoyed about creating newness in my life, spending my time like this, spending my time with you, spending my time encouraging, spending my time making music for you to come and breathe to, creating playlists to help you heal the fractured parts of yourself that have just been pushed away, repressed, forgotten about, ignored, betrayed. It's really easy to think that the world is doing something out there, but really, my loves, it's all happening here. The invitation is here and it's sacred. Come explore. In October, I will be expanding my breathwork sessions to every Sunday morning, every Thursday evening. And I'm planning on jumping on some of my friends' platforms to offer my services to those communities so that we can keep finding places to reveal ourselves, our whole selves, our healed selves, our vulnerable selves, ourselves that still feel shaky and confused about what is happening. Something tremendous is at play. And I encourage you to put all the energy of your heart into it, to inquire, to investigate, and to explore what that even means to live from your heart space, to soften this instrument, to give it a rest. You can come explore all of this in breathwork session in a safe and sacred, holy manner, to invite your little self to get to know your big self so that that relationship can propel you forward, creating this new reality that will serve us all. Magic abounds. May this wind and this sunset, this water, this lake energy and the mountains all come and nourish you, fill you up to the brim, soothe that beautiful nervous system of yours that's feeling edgy. Sending you all my love. Mwah.